Hi, this is Tana Grenda with Bristol Bay Fitness, and this is your moose and or bear hunt fitness test. If you're going on either a moose or a bear hunt, you're not going to be hiking really long distances, but you want to be able to carry some weight in your pack, and you want to be able to have stability and balance, especially when you're in the tundra, to step up, to step down, to not injure yourself, and have some good core strength to carry some weight in your pack. So for this moose and or bear test, whatever hunt you're going on, you're going to want to have a 20-pound pack. This is a 5-pound KUIU Pro 6000, and I have a 15-pound medicine ball. So I have 20 pounds in my pack. Ideally, I want the weight to sit in the middle of my back, not really low or really high. So ideally, I'm going to stuff like a jacket under here and have the weight sitting right at the middle of my back for good weight distribution. For the purposes of this demo, 20 pounds isn't much, so I'll be fine with that. But if I'm carrying, 40, 50 pounds plus, I want to make sure I'm really paying attention to where the weight is sitting. The order I put a pack on is I put the waist belt on first and cinch that up. I want that to where this is sitting on my hips and not pulling down on my shoulders. And then you do the shoulder straps. That feels pretty good. Then the chest strap. And then I kind of re-cinch the waist up. Lastly, load lifters. So here, a couple things you want to be looking at with your pack is that you have a nice 45-degree angle with your load lifters. You have a little bit of space, about a 2-finger gap right above your shoulders, so it's not pulling on your shoulders, but it's sitting on top of your hips, right on top of your pelvic bone. My pelvis is right there. So I feel a majority of it on my lower body. We want to be carrying that with our big mover muscles, not our shoulders. And then the chest strap is just whatever feels most comfortable to you. Okay, test number 1 is to do 50 lunges with 20 pounds on your back. So you can do them walking or stationary. So if I have a little bit of space, I can do a walking lunge. And I'm going to do 50 total, where you're walking forward. Try to walk like you're on a railroad track, not on a tight rope. Or you can do stationary if you have a small space. Lunge forward, step together, lunge forward, step together. 50 total, so 25 each leg with 20 pounds. You really want to step far enough forward to where your knees aren't really going over your toes. So you can do a pretty wide lunge, so you're at about a 90 degree. And push back, and make sure you're not leaning forward too much. You don't want to lean forward. You want to keep good posture to where you're like descending into the lunge and back up instead of leaning forward into the lunge. So it's going to test your ability to have single legs moving forward and have good core strength to keep you balanced. Full plank for 1 minute. So a full plank is arms extended fully, not down on your elbows. This is actually easier than this plank. So fully extended. Don't let your back sway. Make sure you stay nice and flat. Hold that plank for 1 minute. Testing your endurance, your mental fortitude, and your core strength. So we want to make sure you have a really strong core for moose and bear hunting. If you feel your back starting to kind of sway, it's better to round your back a little bit because you're actually crunching and using your stomach. And you want to make sure that you are activating your stomach there instead of letting your back take over and then you're going to collapse. So if you feel like you're getting tired, flex your core harder and really use your core to hold you up. And you can round your back a little bit. That's fine. We just don't want it to sway like that. Third and final exercise for your test is a wall sit. Everybody loves these / hates them. But they're really good tests for your quad strength and your strength endurance. So basically holding a position for an entire minute is going to test your ability when you're going on uneven ground and tundra. Tundra is really, really hard on your quads, and it just makes your legs shake. So doing a 1-minute wall sit is going to be a great test to see if you're ready for this. And if you're not, that's okay. There's still time to build up to that and work up to it. Start with 30 seconds, build up to 45, build up to a minute before your moose hunt. That's really going to help you in the long run. You want to make sure you're at least a 90 degree with your knees. If you're just getting started or if you have knee pain at all, just come up a little bit. but definitely make sure you're challenging yourself in that and you can really feel your quads working and shaking. That means you're doing it right. 20-pound pack, that's the minimum for you to use. Throw 20 pounds on your back with the pack that you're going to be using for the hunt so that you get used to it and comfortable with it. There are 3 different options to get your hike in. You can either go outside or go on an indoor treadmill, or you can use the stairs. So for outside, if you have a good place to go hiking, even if it's flat ground, that's fine. Do 2 miles outside with a 20-pound pack. Or option number 2 is to use the treadmill. We're gonna do at least a speed of 3.5, so 3.5, at an incline of 3. So 3.5 and 3 on the incline. Bonus is to not touch the handles and hold on. Just walk for 2 miles at that speed. The third option is my favorite because it really tests your ability to hike and climb and be able to step on uneven surfaces. This is a stairs, Stairmaster, Stairmill, many different names. But for this, again, a 20-pound pack for 30 minutes and a speed of at least 5. So some are at speeds of 5, 6, 7, 8, or increments of 10, like 50, 60, 70, 80. Mine's a 5, 6, 7. So I'm gonna start my stairs. 20 pounds on my back. The speed of 5, I'll show you how fast that is. It's actually pretty slow. It's actually too slow. I'd rather be at a 6, but push through your heels, use your core, and go for 30 whole minutes on the stairs. And the kicker to this is to do it 2 days in a row, because anybody can do anything for a day and then not be able to walk the next day. We want to make sure that you can do that 2 days in a row and continue the hunt instead of just being done after day 1. And that is it for the moose and the bear hunt fitness test. So try to do it 2 days in a row. This should give you a good idea of where your fitness level is at. And if you still feel like you're falling short and you want to get in shape, reach out to us. We can help you prep for your hunt.